Hi everyone, Adarsh here. So this is a tutorial video for consumer interface. So consumer interface is something where which accepts some input as an argument to the method and performs some operation on that particular supplied input and then does not return anything as an output of that operation. So that become a consumer functional interface. But we have another type of consumer which is by consumer interface, by consumer functional interface, which takes a two input type values, perform some operations, and after operation completion it does not return anything, and that become our by consumer interface. So we have a in the JDK API we have a regular use of this by consumer and consumer interface. Just to explain this, I have done, I have taken a array of list of numbers which is 1 to 5, and I'm just calling a for each method. So for each method, if you see for each method here, because I have just taken a int stream here, if I just change this int stream to something like list of string list equal to arrays as list, and I'll say 1 comma 2 comma 3, and if I say list here, so list of for each we have value value So if you see the first piece of code where I am having a list of strings, and I am just iterating by using for each. So for each takes here a consumer interface. So if you go into the for each definition, you will see the consumer interface, so which is binded with the generic. If I just go into that, this is a functional interface binded with the generic type, and it has a accept method which is a abstract method, and it is annotated with the functional interface. So it takes a input, it's take a single input and performs some operation but does not return anything as an output. So similar sort of way, if you see the map hash map which has key value pair, and if I just see if I say that by consumer, if I just see the by consumer here, so what I have done, I have just set list dot for each new consumer of string and assert value. So this is a first type of where what I have done, I have just given an implementation, anonymous implementation to the consumer interface. I have just override the abstract method accept, and I have done the operation here but does not return anything. So that thing we can just write in the lambda expression by using this way. So that's how the consumer interface is in the predefined API. But if we talk about by consumer, where we have a list, where we have a map with some key value pair, and I am just using for each method on the map. So for each method in the map takes a by consumer interface instance which has a key value pair. So if I just go into the by consumer definition, here you can see the key and value, two values it accept, and it's a functional interface. So the method in the by consumer accept takes two parameters and performs some operation but does not return anything. So here's a first implementation of the by consumer with the anonymous class override the accept method, perform the operation and does not return anything. And the same approach, same piece of code we can write with the lambda expression by using this way. And if I just execute this piece of code, you can see there's no difference in between first two approaches and second two approaches. See, I can see 1 2 3 1 2 3 and the key value pair two times. There's no difference. The way of writing is totally different. So that's how the predefined API in JDK8 itself we have a consumer and by consumer interface. So I hope this will help you to understand. In my coming tutorial I'm gonna explain you one by one about all the consumers and by consumer interface. Till then, take care, bye.